Oh god, I'm still just doing the first day of investigation for this one. Ooh, okay. Alright, I believe I left us... Oh wait, are these new things to talk about? They're not checked off. Ah, okay. We heard a lot about you at the circus, Max. Ah, you must mean from the dinosaurs. How are those Jurassic geriatrics? Max, you aren't very popular with the other performers, are you? Almost like you just called them dinosaurs. Yes, yes, yes. Sweetie, that's what they call jealousy. Jealousy. Rips through the jail cell wall. Oh no! Bailiff who always stays right there by the door. Capture that man. Hey, Darth. They are absolutely jealous of my absolutely fabulous self. People who really understand can see the obvious differences between us. People who really understand? For instance, my sweetie pie. So Regina understands him, huh? I plan on getting married to her. She is truly my sweetie pie princess. I have to wait 2 years because she is only 16, but let's move on from that. Wow, that's so cool. Maya, no, she's too young. Look. Look, 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 look. See that? That is the wrong number after the 1. Goes into chat before bed. Hey, Katie. It's already in the works. Oh? That's strange. Regina never said anything about actually marrying this Joker. I arrived to crime on multiple levels. Hey, Captain. Yeah. What happened? You met with the Ringmaster on the night of the murder? Yes. I was with him around 10 p.m. once I was done with practice. I went to his room right after we finished. They found the Ringmaster's body in the plaza in front of the lodging house. Yeah, I heard about that. He needed to step out for a bit, so I waited in his room for him to return. Huh? They definitely did it. We should just let them go to jail. Oh, he has such a magnificent mustache. It's probably just going to sound like the judge. How do you... Because usually I'm too jolly, but how would I modify... Whoa. No, I can't. I'm like trying to like contort my face to get a mustache effect, but it's not going to work. Sorry, Max. I have something I must attend to right now. Do you mind waiting for me right here? It's pretty cold outside. Where's your coat? It's all right. I'll be right back. It should only take about 10 minutes unless I get hit in the head and die. And then I waited for him, but he never came back. Did he go to the plaza where the body was discovered? Possibly. The snow had tapered off a bit, but it was still very cold outside. And you would know, considering your outfit involves no shirt and just open jacketing it. But I have no idea what he went off to do. And here's the meeting with Russell. We can also have so much stuff to present to him. Yo, Max, why are you paid a ridiculous amount of money? Can I ask what you do with such an exorbitant salary? We've already covered this point. I'm paying off my father's debt. How could he possibly have such a large amount of debt? For example, say you rented a video. And perhaps you forgot about it for, say, a short period of about 10 years. You would have the biggest late fee known to man. It's kinda like that. Wow. Now I can see how you can get that much debt. That makes... wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so either Max was telling us just a bald-faced lie there, or he assumed Maya didn't understand about being in debt to pay for land you live on, and the closest analogy he could think of off the top of his head was a fee for rental videos. I don't even think he was wrong. Blazing with Max's 3 famous symbols. The hat, cape, and roses. Oh yeah, he doesn't even wear a full wait a second. No, I guess the way... Because at first I'm like, I thought his jacket was longer, but as we see here, it doesn't go that far. But also very clearly... Or does he go... No, he's still wearing that little... I mean, I guess it's just actually a shirt that's not being buttoned up. I say that. You can have long sleeve shirts. I don't usually wear long sleeve shirts, I guess, which is why I'm being dumb about it. But like, it just cuts off at the point where this cuts off. Maximilian Galactica. No matter when you see me, you get shivers, don't you? The silk hat, the cloak, the white roses on my chest. They're my symbols. You know I had to cut the number of symbols to 3. Really? You had quite a few to begin with then, huh? Well, I thought that you could never have too many symbols. Sunglasses, beauty mark, soft pillows for lips, a beard, buck teeth. I gave all sorts of symbols a shot. But if I forgot one when I put on my makeup, everyone would forget who I am. That's awful, especially for a magician. The combination of, like, pillowy soft lips, but also a beard and buck teeth. Too much going on. That is a symbol of Max's fabulousness. Ah, this is my silk hat. It's the only one of its kind in the world. It's one of my most prized possessions. This silk hat proves that I was somewhere else. Where did they find this? Oh, sweetie? They found it at the murder scene, you dumbass. Oh. I don't know nothing about nothing. Ew. Max is so pathetic like this. Max must be really confused. Ugh, that is a look. He looks better when he's confident. That's the ringmaster. It's a shame what happened. He paid me a lot of money. I mean, he was going to be like a father to me, in that he paid me a lot of money. Assume you have nothing for this. What about this? Fabulous. You'd like me to sign this for you? Okay, that one's the same thing. Alright, now here we get to the profiles. We would have done these two. I hesitate to want to see what he says about the circus crew, but we might as well should. Ah, my sweetie pie. She must be really lonely with me all cooped up in here. Actually, she was laughing and rolling around with her tiger. She is my special someone, and I am her special someone. Uh-huh. Very complex. Just between you and I, he wasn't a bad guy at all. I can say that for sure. That's the first time I've ever heard you say something nice about someone, Max. He must have really been a nice guy. I assume you don't have anything to say. What about this person? Unfortunately, I don't take on apprentices. I mean, just look at the face on this one. It's not what I'd call fabulous. That's awfully harsh. Max, you shut up. Gumshoe is definitely fabulous. I assume you have nothing to say about Francisca? Oh, has she already been at you with the whip? Uh-huh. This woman, huh? Well, my type of woman is a gentle sweetie. Sounds like you were describing Regina. Well, he's definitely not describing Francisca. Oh, God. I'm sure I looked at this last time, but the fact Ben is younger than me. At least Mo isn't. There's at least a small redemption in that. I can't believe a guy with that ugly mug's after my sweetie pie princess. Especially after she has eluded my charms for such a long time. There isn't much you can do about that, right? Humph. You haven't even been truly in love, have you? When you are truly in love with someone, you'd be jealous of their mirror because it traps their image inside. Aw, don't you think that's sweet of him, Nick? I'm gonna get back with my sweetie pie. Then I'm gonna turn that dumb puppet into a toy glider. I guess you two haven't worked out your differences yet. And what about Mo? What about this person? Oh, wow. Max does not care for the clown. Oh, would that we were so lucky. Okay, anyways, we need to mind crush our client real quick. Meeting with Russell. Last night, you met with the ringmaster, correct? To negotiate your salary and such. Exactly. We reached an agreement about the salary for my 6-month-old contract. That's the truth. The whole truth? What do you mean? You just went to his office to negotiate your new salary? I hate lies, and I hate liars even more. What are you insinuating? Do you have any proof that I did something other than negotiate my fee last night? I assume it's just the ringmaster's papers. That's... It was on the table in the ringmaster's room. You weren't lying when you said that you received quite a raise. Is there a problem with being well compensated? Not with the compensation, just with the date. This is dated a week ago. Max, you finished your contract negotiations a week ago. Fabulous. All right, I'll tell you the truth. That night, the ringmaster called me to his room. He called you? Why did he do that? Are you his sweetie pie? No. No. Maximilian Galactica is not on a Griffith-esque trajectory through life. Oh yeah, the truth is coming out. It's not like there are 2 more logs. It is true. He called you. Why did he do that?
Sorry, sweetie. That's private.
The ringmaster called him. I wonder if there was some sort of problem. Max, perhaps you could share with me, the person trying to get you acquitted of murder. You could share with me what you two spoke about?
Well, not if I don't have to.
Isn't this why the ringmaster called you into his room that night? Probably the broken bottle, right? Like, it's either that, it's about Regina, or it's about Ben, which is the bottle. I'm gonna guess it's the bottle. Isn't this why you were called to the ringmaster's room that night?
Where did you get that?
The cafeteria. You already knew that, didn't you?
Of course. It fell and broke on the floor.
Still hiding something else. Max.
What is it, my sweetie?
It didn't fall and break on the floor. You use this bottle to... You use this bottle to Ben, age 31. Haven't we all?
Ben.
You nailed him over the head with this bottle, didn't you? Let's see, that's... Oh, wait, can I... Oh, I can't increase the... I would have tried to increase the, transparency, but we'll just need to know it's juicy orange at 76%. And that's why you got called to the ringmaster's room that night.
Fabulous. You might as well be a magician.
Unlock successful. Meeting with Russell.
The truth is, yesterday morning during breakfast, we had a run-in.
You mean you had a fight with Ben the ventriloquist?
You could put it that way.
Why did you fight with him? Ben seems like such a quiet man.
We fought about my sweetie pie.
You mean Regina?
That ill-bred creep told my sweetie pie princess that he was in love with her. Would you put up with that?
Ill-bred? Are you talking about the same Ben? Told her he was in love with her? Are you sure this is Ben we are talking about?
All I can say is that he made me mad, and I had to tap him on his hard head. That's when the ringmaster called me, and I realized that it was my chance.
Your chance?
That's when I went to his room and I laid it all out on the table. I asked him to let me marry my sweetie pie.
What?
The ringmaster told me that it sounds good to me. That's why my sweetie pie is my sweetie pie, and no one else's.
See.
Since Ben was causing me so much trouble, I realized I had to shut him up.
Shut him up? Okay. As your defense attorney, Max, before we continue, never again, anywhere in a legal setting, including this detention center, but especially in the courtroom, say you need to shut someone up. Especially if it isn't air quotes, which are actually quotes because this is a text-based game, but, you know. Shut him up. What do you mean by shut him up?
You don't know, do you, my sweeties? Trillo can't say a word. Not without Ben.
Trilo?
The puppet. The ventriloquist puppet. His real name is Trilloquist.
But a puppet doesn't talk. That would be stupid.
I know. That's why I hid it. Before the police came and took me away, of course. If that puppet started flapping off at the balsa, I'd be screwed.
You hid him? You mean the ventriloquist puppet?
You are so smart, sweetie.
Where did you hide him?
What? Sweetie, you aren't thinking of trying to add him to my defense, are you?
Well, Ben does seem awfully lonely without his puppet.
Fabulous. That should have taught him a lesson. Okay, I hid Trillo in the ringmaster's room. You don't mind going there and getting Trillo for me, do you, my sweets?
No problem. None at all. Thank you, Max.
You know I can't stand to see my sweeties in a jam.
And don't go hiding puppets.
Okay.
Maybe that worked in Japanese and they just had no way to make an English equivalent. That was a really weird thing for Phoenix to say. December 28th. The Berry Big Circus. Circus entrance. Huh? Ben's not here anymore.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask him something. It's cold out. He's probably in the tent. Well, we need to go to the tent anyways. December 28th. The Berry Big Circus. Big Top. What do you think, Nick? I wonder if we've been making any progress. Don't be so negative. Of course we are making progress. But everyone loved the ringmaster, and there's no sign of footprints on the scene. There's still a lot of mysteries left to be solved.
Of course.
And now Regina isn't here.
I'm not seeing how that's related. I mean, look, platonically, Maya did just want to see a cute girl. Which is fine. Ringmaster's room. December 28th. Big Top, Ringmaster's room. Like, I'm pretty sure half the stuff going on with Regina is she's meant to be the circus idol. Pretty much. Just, it'd be so much more comfortable if they'd aged her up a couple years.
It looks the same as always. A great big mess. Considering how messy it is, I bet they wouldn't notice if another poster went missing.
Will you just stop it, you poster pilferer?
I'm just kidding. You know, I already got one of these posters.
You mean stole one of those posters?
Yeah, let's focus on what Max told us. Also, the ringmaster is dead. This is not stealing, this is looting. He said that he hid Trillo somewhere in this room.
Trillo. Oh, the ventriloquist puppet. Am I just supposed to look at here now? Oh wait, or is he in here?
Oh, he's in the trophy case? Where? Nick, look at all the cute trophies.
Indeed. Just look at all the awards this circus has won.
Like All County Quiz Champions, Ringmaster Association Mini Golf Master, Beer Belly Balloon Bounce Champ, Pet Grooming Grand Prix. Wow. The ringmaster was multi-talented in ways I could have never imagined.
There's something shoved under the bookshelf. This is...
That's Trillo. That's Ben's puppet. I think you're right. We'll give it back to him later. Triloquist handed over to Maya, a ventriloquist puppet, an operatic tenor who doubles as Ben's sidekick. Why do I have to carry this thing? I guess that's an option, although I cannot carry a tune to save my life. I'm gonna guess I have to go to the lodging house, maybe? No? Is he in Mo's room for God knows what reason? Where the... Big top. Maybe I have to examine something? No, that's the same. Lodging house. This weirdly quiet case. Do I need to show it to Mo? That doesn't seem right. Oh, you know what? I think that might have been something I've never read before. Screw Mo, though. Why is this stuff all... Oh, is it new because Mo's here? Oh, God. Okay. What's this? A banana peel?
Bye-bye, bye-bye. What a wonderful fall, girlie. You should remember that when you see a banana peel, get ready to fall down. That is one of the basic tenets of clownsmanship.
Ow. Wow, 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 wow.
Every night, I fall down 100 times to practice the proper banana peel bite fall. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Wow. He really is a pro, huh, Nick? His falls are totally different than my slip. Good Lord, Maya. If only he could fall and keep falling until he reaches the center of the earth and he is crushed and burned to death by the immense heat and pressure.
Why look awfully snazzy in these costumes?
Did you just use the word snazzy in a sentence?
Oh, I sure did. These are haute couture from best international clown designers. At least, that's what they said on the TV shopping channel I use. I like having a big collection so I can match my costume to my mood and my carrot.
I come to peace with the fact that there's never not an arc for time to join the stream. Hey, Donnie. I mean, I got the puppet. The same feeling you dislike clowns and entirely unrelated. No, I get the feeling you'll despise the next D&D character. I mean, I wouldn't say I particularly have an appreciation for clowns, but very specifically, kind of just hate Mo. He hates carrots. I actually really like carrots. Or I did anyways. For whatever reason, when I hit like 20 or 21, I suddenly became like... I think what it is, if they're not properly washed, I get a mild allergic reaction to some... Like, because sometimes they have like a polliner thing or something on them. And that's what gets me. Because it's not consistent, but it's like half the time I'll have carrots, I get like... It's a very mild allergic reaction, where it's just like the littlest bit of like swelling and stuff. But it is enough to make me uncomfortable, and it makes me sad, because I really like carrots. I am ambivalent. Oh, it happens. Hee hee. I like them. But as I said, too, that can't happen that often.
You know, I only own one t-shirt. The rest are all clown costumes.
Snazzy dresser? More like spazzy dresser, if you ask me. Phoenix! Why? This is in your head. The only one who is experiencing this is you. And us, the people experiencing it. Moe, you got quite the collection of pajamas. They really scream out to you.
You think so loud, huh? I kinda thought they were refined. You know, a bit too adult for me to use on stage. That's why I use them as pajamas.
Oh, wait a second. He sleeps in clown costumes? Phoenix being basically using British no-no words.
Oh, take a look at my desk. I'll tell you the most studious clown you've ever seen. Every free moment I have, I spend it studying or reading.
The classic pull my finger, or clown car maintenance and repair. Not to mention the bestseller, Jean-Luc Deladuc's Guide to Obnoxious French Bravos. They all seem to cover rather basic topics, though. Maybe he is just trying to cover all of his bases.
Oh, exactly. I want to be a Renaissance clown.
I don't know why I thought for Renaissance I'd have him. That was weird. Too bad he didn't buy How to Be a Funny Clown. Just like we Americans can't use certain Australian words. I mean, we can. Just a little bit much. Oh, there's a hole in the ceiling. Why is there a hole in the ceiling?
Well, I was riding a pogo stick, but I guess I just overdid it a little.
Overdid it a little?
Oh, what can I say? Sometimes things get a bit crazy in one's college days.
Huh? Dare we ask about the stupid carrots?
Carrots are one of my trademark props.
Yep, I saw you use them. You must believe in a carrot and no stick approach. You put the carrot out in front for motivation, but I guess the trick is gauging what flavor you want each day?
Oh, exactly. You were really paying attention, weren't you? You know, I eat about 5 of those carrots every single day. If you eat that many, you gotta change up the taste every now and again.
I didn't understand any of that, nor do I ever want to. That red thing on his head isn't part of his head, it's an edema from hitting his head. If only he died of brain damage faster.
Well, most clowns really take our work seriously. I tried a home Minecraft day and night with the latest in gesture technology. Unicycles, trampolines, balancing balls, accordions.
It looks like you put quite a bit of wear and tear on that equipment.
Well, the theme of my act as a clown is, how many ways can a fat funny guy fall down? I don't care what I break or how I break it, as long as it ends with me on my bone.
None of that is what I need to find. Okay. You know what? I have an idea. I think maybe what I didn't do. Now that we found the puppet. No?
This is all like this. Phoenix. The only bum here is you. Good joke, May. Honestly, kind of surprised I wasn't in there. I can't do this yet. I don't even know that is something. Okay. Is there something here I haven't looked at? Interesting.
The seats are so far away from the ring. They make up for it with the amount of people that can see a show. Hey, Nick. Do you think that if every person in the audience screamed all at once, the vibration they'd create could cause the big top to collapse?
I'm glad I don't pay you to come up with this stuff. That was kind of random, but okay.
Hey, look. That's where Max makes his grand appearance.
It's grand, all right.
I want to try entering court like that.
How'd I know that she'd say that? I mean, considering what the prosecution gets up to, I feel like the defense could enter through a giant lion's mouth.
Whoa, those lights are huge. If they fell from the ceiling, you'd be going to the circus in the sky. Life is so fragile, isn't it, Nick?
Can be snuffed out in an instant by falling gargantuan lights. Or instead of being snuffed out, it could disfigure a lady and ruin her acting career until two young rising prodigies of actresses compete in almost life or death. No, okay. Sorry, I was doing a whole bit where I was describing the plot of Glass Mask, but it was going on too far.
It's so fragile that I've decided to eat as much good food as I can before I die. Like hamburgers.
Apparently you didn't notice the big sign that said, closed by the snack stand.
Oh, it's closed?
Okay, well, this is not happening. Maybe what I need to do... Oh, cafeteria? I need to go to the cafeteria. Okay. That's on me being a dumbass. It's okay, I didn't get it, so I wasn't upset. Big Top Cafeteria.
Oh, hey, Ben.
I forgot the cafeteria was a place we could go.
Hello? Hello to you, too. It's awfully cold today, don't you agree?
Yeah, I do indeed.
Don't you think it's cold, Nick?
I don't see how talking about the weather is helping our case. Okay, well, we already know that he's gonna, not be able to talk to us, so. You know, you were only mildly annoying, but I think that's not enough for this case.
Ah, Ben. This is yours, isn't it?
Yes, that's mine.
Here you go.
Triloquist, return to Ben. All right, Maya. Let's get going.
It's that time, isn't it? See you around, Ben.
Okay.
So, Nick, where are we going next?
Oh, God. You two are gonna make me do that, okay. Let's see. Maybe we should go talk to the clown once again. Okay.
Hey, wait. Who said that? What are you looking at? I'm right here, you blind wench. What's your problem anyways? Don't you know how to properly greet someone? Ben? Is that you, Ben?
No, I would never.
It was me. Yeah, me. Down here.
You're... Trillo?
That is Mr. Quiz to you, sir. Learn some manners before you just blurt out my name. Now try speaking to me again, but this time with some proper respect.
Not again. Mr. Quist. Is that better?
No, Look at me when I'm talking to you, you 8-bit excuse for an attorney. Trillo, we talked about insulting people. You promised. Like, I guess part of it is that it's not like Ace Attorney characters are complex for the most part. But I also feel like there's something that's just very tired about half the Circus cast. Oh, but he was mocking me. Not being mean to boys was not included in the deal. I'm sorry, Trillo. Nick, what just happened? Trillo is still a puppet, right? A ventriloquist puppet? Hey, who do you think you are calling me a puppet? Okay. Would you mind taking a look at this? I guess we don't need. Oh, interesting. Okay. Did you still not do anything when I present these? Interesting. I would have thought. What about the bottle? No, not at all. Okay, what about profiles? No, okay. Well, we'll talk instead. What happened? Mr. Quist, this goddamn puppet persona that Ben is putting on, because none of you can be goddamn easy in this case. Tell us what you know about the murder. You talking to me? I said you talking to me? Don't look at him when you're talking to me. Trillo Quist, you behave, young man. Shut up, Woody. What murder are you talking about? You mean the one where they off the old man? I guess so. No need to make such a fuss about things. That old mutt paid us all peanuts. Trillo, you can't say things like that. I didn't raise you to be that kind of puppet. How was the dummy punching the ventriloquist? I wonder if that's really obvious. I'll actually do the thing that I don't usually do. Hi. Unless the ventriloquist is doing the punching. I mean, clearly he is. I guess it's just the way they usually have it, where it's back there and he's just using his hand to make it do that. Essentially was doing the punch-in. That said, do we have a Batman ventriloquist situation? It very well could be the case. Like, there is no magic in this series except spirit channeling, but I can believe that a puppet accesses a level of spirit channeling not accessed and mentioned in the rest of the game. The ventriloquist has dissociative identity disorder. I mean, I think it's mostly just a dumb joke here, but... Oh, don't you have nerve pills or something to take right now? These two are really an odd couple, aren't they, Nick? Also, even Maya's getting worn down by the characters in this case. If Trillo has a working machine gun, we'll know for sure. I suppose all the rest of the magic are more like artifacts, etc. Yeah. Okay, I'll talk. Gramps, I got clobbered over the head. Let's talk about the very big circus. Oh, let me lay it all out for you. The pace sucks, the clown sucks, and my partner has his hand up my pants. Your partner? You mean Ben? Yeah, the creepy old guy who never finds it in himself to leave me alone. Tell him to back off for me, will you? He's just another one of the dorks around here. Oh my. Oh, but I'll be fair. In this cesspool of human garbage masquerading as performers, I found my Madonna. Your Madonna? Regina, my lovely Regina. She is stunning. Right, Ben? Well, I'm not sure if I would go that far. You'll have to excuse him. He does not understand of what he speaks. I, on the other hand, am an appreciator of true beauty, hence why I shall marry her. Marry? Damn you artificers. Flying frog. The ringmaster got knocked upside his cheap head by that flying fraud. You mean Max Galactica? Why do you say that? Trillo, straighten up. Don't accuse people like that. Straighten up? I'm made of wood. Besides, you were there. You know what happened. You were there? If you're that interested, then I'll let you in on the facts. You're going to marry Regina? That's right. She doesn't quite realize the joy that awaits her, does she? I think I'm beginning to see why she seemed troubled. Well, I don't care. It's my choice, not hers. We're getting hitched. You know, ignoring the fact she's underage and the age gap stuff, it also doesn't help that, like, both of the guys are really interested in her, and Regina does not care at all. Was where the doll touched you. Good one, Donnie. I mean, it's a bad one, but it's good because it's bad. I know you think that, but... But what? I gave her a special gift. I gave her the wonderful gift of song. You gave her a song? Well, I am a renowned tenor. You'll be happy to know that I've decided to grace you with one of my songs. Oh, God, I don't want to do this. Sorry, this is happening. It's gonna be bad. Oh, I want you to touch me. Oh, I want you to kiss me. I want you to... Oh, the rest is private. I don't think it was meant to be like that, but the way it was phrased, I feel like that's what they were taking inspiration from. It was both for when it starts singing, Fire's bolted. Well, the melody is pretty good. Bride of Chucky was more wholesome. But those lyrics, I think they need a little work. Who asked you? I'm the artist here. Thanks. Now that Trillo's here. Now that Trillo's here, does that mean you can talk normally now? Hey, buttface. Ah, you must be looking forward to tomorrow, aren't you, Mr. Ambulance Chaser? You know, it's time to get rid of that pesky magician once and for all. Trillo? Enough jibber jabber. Let's get to court already. Hey, wait a second. Nick, what's going on? He's a witness for tomorrow's trial. Ah, so we just did a half hour of work for something that was gonna happen anyways and only hurt our case for now, yes? December 28th. Very big circus. Big top. Maya, don't lie to the piece of wood. What in the world happened with Ben and Trillo? Quite a pair, those two. What a pair that I don't. Because it was a monkey. Oh no. Now what? Banana. Ah, yow. Ah, hey. So is the monkey also a perv? No, the monkey is a kleptomaniac. My eyes beginning to wonder if the guilty verdict would have been the better option. Hey, welcome back, Nick. That monkey.
My badge! That monkey stole it.
What?
Mr. Attorney, that face was so cute. You looked so completely dumbfounded.
Regina.
You, that monkey. Hey, no need to get angry, okay? But my attorney's badge. Don't worry, I'll help you out. Okay, if you say so. If I don't get my badge back, how can I flash it?
Now you earn a defense attorney, the first creature to make Phoenix's badge plot relevant. It is very occasionally plot relevant, like sometimes presenting it to like let a client know matters, but...
By the way, the monkey's name is Money. Money the monkey.
His name is Monkey Money? Guys. Also, just as a point of reference, we don't have our badge right now. Phoenix is not even half a man. Money the monkey. The monkey is called Money?
Yes.
Well, the rich ape just stole my attorney's badge. Mind if I get that back?
I'll see what I can do. Even I have money problems.
I mean, of course, that's why they call it Money the Monkey. The whole attorney's badge thing might be a Japan thing. It partially is. Because a lot of times, for a lot of their professions, they have a little badge to designate it, and you actually wear it, like, on the lapel. Like, if you watch Japanese media, you'll actually see it, like, as part of what they're wearing. Interestingly enough, Yakuza do that too. Which has always seemed kind of weird to me. But I don't know if that... I think that came up in Like a Dragon. By which I mean the 7th one, which is the only one I've streamed, so...
Whenever Money sees something shiny, he takes it back home.
Haha, that's pretty funny. Well, I guess I'll just have to find out where Money disappeared to.
I think that's your best bet. You should probably ask Uncle Mo. He might know.
Huh? You don't know?
Well, Money isn't exactly someone I am on friendly terms with.
What?
He's not really the kind of animal I work with, even if he does need taming.
Oh, I see. Go to Moe's. I guess it is time that I revisit that kooky clown. 2-point authentication does not exist. If you lose the badge, you become a non-person. Lost from the system. Free from society. Well, a good portion of the Yakuza clans have been known to have ties to legitimate businesses. Well, there's that too. Oh, let's ask her about Ben and Trillo, I guess. Do you mind telling us a bit about Ben?
Ben? You mean the guy that is always hanging around with Trillo?
What do you mean, hanging around? That's all organized crime. It is true.
Well, he was there when Trillo told me that he was in love with me.
Trillo told you he was in love with you?
Yes, he did. Kinda cute, don't you think? He's so smart, and he's such a wonderful singer. I love him.
But what about Ben?
What about Ben? He's got nothing to do with me loving Trillo. Ugh. No, no, it's not cute. It really isn't. Like sand through the hourglass, so are the days of the circus. Proposal.
Regina, you were proposed to, weren't you?
Proposed to? Nope, that won't be for a while.
Huh? Really? That's strange, isn't it, Nick? Yeah. Max and Trilla both said otherwise. They said they asked for her hand in marriage. Ah, but Max only talked to the ringmaster about it. I forgot about that. He asked the ringmaster for her hand, not Regina directly. That is somehow both old school and sexist of him. Ooh, apologies. So I guess Trillo hasn't asked her directly yet.
What? He's going to propose to me? I'm so confused. How about you, Maya?
Huh? What? Who do you think I should go for? Max or Trillo? Wait. You do realize that Trillo is a bit? I don't care that he's a bit stiff. Oh boy. Remember how Pearl was a very sheltered 7-year-old girl? I think Regina has established quite firmly dominance in being more sheltered. Did you say anything new if I show you that?
Ah, that guy. His name is Ben, right?
Huh? You don't know him?
I dunno. He didn't really catch my eye. He's friends with Trillo, right?
Wait, we're the ones asking the questions around here?
That's Moe. He's such a funny clown. He's been a good friend to my dad for a really long time now.
He was good friends with the ringmaster?
My dad always said, when it comes to who I can entrust the circus to, it's definitely Moe.
Yup, that clown is one lovable stooge. Don't you think so, Nick? No comment. Alright.
Okay.
Plaza. Oh, did Gumshoe leave? Has even Gumshoe forsaken this god-forsaken place? December 28th, Lodging House, Plaza. Huh? Detective Gumshoe took off already. Yeah. Probably because we ditched him earlier. I bet he and the other cops got lonely and headed back to the precinct. That's such a weirdly mean... Like, it's one thing... Okay, we're outside, played the explosives. There's this weird thing going on here. Where for the, for specifically the circus NPCs, since they're self-contained to this case, it wouldn't be so bad if they're all, like, uniformly kind of mean. But it is weird how, like, even Phoenix, Maya, and Gumshoe all seem to be a little bit bitchier than usual. Which I think is why so many people, like, they're like, oh, he was drunk when he wrote this, Gabe, or he did it under a lot of pressure to just knock it out quickly. Oh, what's this Dareth has? Well, famously, in 2010, a former high-ranking sumo wrestler and a stable master was dismissed from sumo because they had been caught gambling rings owned by the Yakuza. Oh. Moe's room, December 28th. Lodging house, first floor. Moe's room.
Oh my, if it isn't Mr. White all the time.
Ugh. See, if I did what Katie did, and I actually, like, cared to, like, do, like, little thumbnail images, which, I mean, I should. That's a nice thing to do, and it wouldn't be too hard. This is what this case would have, though. It's just an image of the clown, and there's Phoenix, and he's saying, ugh. If I wanted to be a little bit more creative with it, what I would do is I would then take Phoenix, I would, like, color that in to make it all blue, and then I would just put Chris or Fenrir or Morden or whatever I felt like putting there instead. Either way, it'd be the same. Also in 2012, one of Japanese biggest wrestling promotions was revealed to its management having ties to the Yakuza. Lost his TV deal because of it. Yeah. You can't... They find out about any, like, crime there, and it's really bad. I mean, they're not kidding when this game, like, it's parody, but also... You don't want to be prosecuted in Japan. It's a bad time.
It's alright to be wrong every now and again, right?
Scenic, it just took a while for the joke to find its audience. This would be one of the other thumbnail images to use.
So what can I do for you? Do you remember a good joke you wanted to tell me? Pull up a chair, or maybe just pull my finger and let me have it.
We're going to get the same sound effect either way, aren't we?
How do you know I put a whoopee cushion on the chair? You really know what it takes to be a clown, don't you? Uh-huh.
How about another joke, Murray? Ah. Regina. So, about Regina.
Regina is such a pure, innocent child.
She's such a cutie, too.
She was born and raised in the circus, you know.
Alright. I don't think it fully excuses Regina, but I think we can see a little bit about how she ended up the way she did. Kill the Slanishi demon.
Oh, but that means she doesn't really know much about the world outside the big top.
Sounds like Pearly.
Oh, for her, every child's dream of the circus is her everyday reality.
Say what you want, but at least Mo ain't being weird about her. This is true. I mean, Mo was, like, she even called him Uncle Mo, and he's good friends with her father, so he was, okay. Very clearly, he sees himself more as, like, a parental or uncle figure to her. And this is not doing that weird thing that happens a lot in manga or anime, where it becomes a weird, the daughter pines after the father figure thing. Fortunately, that's not the case. Surprisingly, considering how bad this case is in so many other ways. She lives in a dream world.
Oh, she sees dancing wild animals, men flying in the air, and one very funny clown every day.
You know, you keep mentioning this funny clown. When are we gonna meet the second clown? No, see, I know, it's a bad joke.
The funny thing is, that all seems normal to her because it is her everyday life.
Whoa. Hold on there, Mo. I guess that explains why she thinks she can marry a ventriloquist puppet.
Don't ask me if her reality is a good thing or a bad thing, though. A clown sees life simply, without complications.
You have dancing animals. Can we have them as witnesses? Sadly, no. We met a tiger very early on before Regina showed up, but it was going to assault Phoenix before she tamed it away, and now he is scared and staying away. Money the monkey. Have you ever heard of a monkey named Money?
Mom, yes, money.
He stole my attorney's badge. If I don't get it back in the next 10 minutes, I will kill all of you. And there will be no one who will turn me in for this crime.
Well, money does love shiny objects. It makes sense that he'd swipe your badge. But under no circumstances can you chase after him.
I mean, it's a tiger. Eh? Why's that? Oh, I know. You don't want to get involved in any monkey business, right?
Exactly. Bravo. Enough joking around though. Money isn't considered a member of Regina's family.
Then who does he belong to?
I'll be happy to take you to where his owner is staying.
You mean right now?
Of course. Shall we go?
Should we go with him now or wait a while? Just go with Mo. December 28th, lodging house, 3rd floor, Acro's room. Before we go too far here, I want to point out that this is the lodging house. This is the 3rd floor. That's called Acro's room. This will be relevant in like a minute.
Oh, this is it. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
I can't breathe.
Oh, don't be such a wimp. You only had to climb 2 flights of stairs.
This room is so damn bright. It really is, too.
Anyways, this is the place. Acro's room.
Acro?
He's an acrobat. It seems like he's not around today.
Eh? It's a big pile of junk over in the corner. Jesus, Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix is weirdly out of shape, too. Which doesn't make sense. Phoenix doesn't drive a car, so he bikes places. And we know he's strong enough to knock down, like, a reinforced door. Now, admittedly, he's doing that when he has, like, adrenaline pumping through his system, so he's got that, like, mom effect going because he wants to save Maya. But even then...
Oh, I don't think it'd be wrong to assume that Phoenix's stuff is over there. Just be careful to make sure you've got the right stuff.
Thanks, Moe. See you later. Running the monkey added to the court record. A monkey who takes care of Acro habitually gathers all sorts of shiny objects. An unlicensed nuclear accelerator on their backs. It's fine. So, I guess it won't be relevant here, but I'm going to point out this room on the 3rd floor, it belongs to Acro the Acrobat. We have a monkey who takes care of Acro. This monkey takes care of Acro because he's in a wheelchair. That's right. This shitty circus has one performer who is in a wheelchair, and they put him in the 1/3 room floor they have. Did Acro's parents name him Acro? I'm pretty sure they did. Alright, I have more responsibilities this week, so I got to turn for that. Alright. Night, Donnie. Thanks for dropping in. Good luck with the morning responsibilities. I mean, so many people in this world have pun names, so clearly it's something people just do. You can see the big top from the window here. There is no snow on top of the big top. Kinda weird, don't you think? The inside of the tent is warm, so any snow that lands on top probably melts. I guess you're right. The snow probably just slides right off. Hey, the net's ripped. Money must be prone to breaking things. He's hardcore. The net looks fine to me. You really think that he plays basketball? I think so. Monkeys live life above the rim, you know. You're joking, right? You think the monkey has got proverbial game? Of course. That monkey doesn't fake the funk on a nasty dunk. What the... What is this sequence here? Well, a prehensile tail might be an unfair advantage.
Also, look at this, like, actual just orangutan here on this poster. Like, we have, like, anime Money the Monkey here, who has been drawn and stuff like that, but then for this one, like, it's still a drawing, but it's just more realistic looking.
Hehe, it's a monkey calendar. Okay, 1, I'm pretty sure that's an orangutan. Although maybe I'm wrong there, but 2, which would make it an ape. Although admittedly, this whole monkey ape thing comes up sometimes. And it's because, like, certain Japanese things, they don't have the same distinguishing words for things like we do. It's like we have monkey and ape. I think they're both saru in Japan. In Japanese, I should say. At least I'm pretty sure that's the case. I might be wrong there. Whoever's in this room must really love monkeys. Maybe a little too much. Wow, I just realized that the year is almost over. Amazing how time flies. It's been one wild year. Especially the last part. Well, we still got one last person to help this year. Max. Also, I can't believe how much of this case I had left to investigate. This bed is incredibly well made. It's almost like a maid made it up. Even the laundry on top of the bed is folded perfectly. Nick, there's nothing unusual about that at all. It's how things are supposed to be. Can a man respect another man for doing something said man cannot do? Oh my god, Phoenix. Freaking do your laundry and make your bed properly. He's got a barbell. Look around. Everything he's got is for upper body training. Wait a second. These are the same machines I see on TV all the time. Hey, Nick. What? I don't have this one. This barbell here is a new model. Don't overdo it, Maya. You don't want to end up a muscle woman. Okay. Okay. 2 things. 1, Phoenix, you have trash taste. There is nothing wrong with the muscle woman. Ladies, if you want to be strong and you want to get ripped, go for it. 2, again, why? Turnabout Big Top is such a weird case. I think the only thing left is the pile now. Okay. Holy cow! There's a fork and a mirror. Everything is shiny. There's even a really cheap-looking knockoff wristwatch. Look at this. It's a trophy. And it's really heavy. Nick, I found it. Your badge. It's right here. The internet has plenty of proof that people love muscle ladies. Exactly, Dareth. Phoenix just has bad taste. Actually, Phoenix really does have bad taste. This is not me doing an insulting Edgeworth bit here. But canonically, Phoenix does have a girlfriend at one point, and we'll see why he has bad taste when we meet her. Maya is now a defense attorney. May God have mercy on us all, Dareth. Attorney's badge returned to its rightful spot on the lapel. Okay, it's fine. We have it back. We are now the defense attorney again. But for like 3 seconds, everyone was in immense danger. Thanks. You really saved me. Huh? What's the matter? Did you find something? Yeah. Check this out. It's a ring. There's something engraved on it. From T to R. A cheap ring with an eerie sparkle from T to R is engraved on it. Well, I think it's about time we wrap up our investigation. I hate this case and I am done with it. Do you think we'll win in court tomorrow? Who knows? Even I can't imagine what kind of testimony will come out tomorrow.
I'm guessing Mo will be a witness in court tomorrow.
Moe and maybe the goddamn puppet. Don't worry, Nick. No matter what, we've still got a magician on our side. That's good, because we might need some magic tomorrow. I mean, Maya could just channel Mia. This is true. I do feel like it's an interesting case, because I don't know, it is kind of a shame. Like, it makes sense the way they start Phoenix off, but they really did write themselves out of like doing too much with Mia. Now they do in the third game. There's a couple bits with Mia, which is fun. But like they can't do like, because the Edgeworth games, Investigations 1 and 2, those games came out after Apollo Justice. So they were set earlier in the timeline. And of course, the Great Ace Attorney games also came out later, and those are set even further. Obviously, when you deal with ancestors and everything, you don't need to worry as much about the timeline. But, you know, they just can't do anything that's Mia and Phoenix hanging out, doing cases together, because they do the one case together in the first game, and then she's immediately murdered. Oh, okay. December 29th, 9:43 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Okay. So, it's mostly just you right now, Darth. But I'm going to be right back for a few minutes, just stretch my legs, drink a little bit to wet my throat for more talking to come, and also finish wrapping up a cake that I helped. I didn't bake it today, but I did get all the ingredients out for it. And because the person who actually did the baking of it, she already went to bed, I had to wait for it to... Alright, back. Cake! BRB, I just got here. Hey, Dill. Yeah, I guess that was a little bit awkward timing on that front. Although arguably good timing, because at least you got after the investigation was done, before the trial. Well, the first trial, anyways. But yeah, I baked a Jewish apple cake yesterday. And then today, I put out all the ingredients and everything to make another one. Because a family member was putting it together for her boss, so they could have it for Rosh Hashanah Wednesday. So she needed to put it together today so she could bring it in tomorrow for Wednesday. Max. Ellipses. Good morning, Max. Max? Milk. Actually, I think that was probably milk. Like, I think it's like breaking it there, but yeah. Apple cake sounds delicious. It's an old family recipe. It's pretty good. What? Okay, this is still the Max voice. If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. It's actually very straightforward. I don't know how anyone would always do it, but like, if you think of how you make just a basic yellow cake, what you do is you don't use any water or milk. You don't use water or milk. It's a very dry cake too. But instead of butter, you use vegetable oil. And then you use a little bit of orange juice. And then all the flavor of it really comes from is what you do is you take apples, and you want good baking apples for it, which is why it's really meant to be a fall cake, because we use winesap stamen winesap apples are the ideal one, which are like a mid-October one. We used Cortland, which are like a late September apple this time, and they worked out all right. Because I've had some of the ones I made yesterday. But what you do is you cut that up, you shave it into little slices, and then you put cinnamon and sugar on those, and they go in the middle of the cake. So it's this pretty plain cake, except in the middle it has the apples, and they kind of like the flavor goes through it too. It's good. It's nice and light cake. Doesn't usually get frosted too, which is nice in its own way.
I just can't function, sweetie.
Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down and not be sentenced guilty for committing murder.
I guess.
Nick, Max is really nervous. That's understandable.
Hey, my sweeties.
What?
You don't think I should fly, do you?
Huh?
You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little.
Okay. Max, how do you even do your flying act? That you could theoretically do it right now. Because he's a magician. It's stage magic. But you would need to... Whatever, I'm thinking about it too hard. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Also, it might make it harder later on.
Imagine if you hit someone.
Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay.
Oh, sweetie.
What is it this time, Max?
Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that, and everyone in the room will be on your side.
I mean, that would probably give us bonus points with the judge. Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. Okay, I don't mind that. December 29th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2.
I'm now the case of one. What?
Sorry, I forgot to do something. Objections 58. Whips was 80. Don't have face could be called dashing is when he's late to trial. But basically, yeah. Your Honor, get on with it.
Oh, sorry. I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Jones.
So,
well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica?
yes, Your Honor. He does often go by that name. Which again is probably a lot of the time. Yeah. Like, usually we're already there in time, but also he is running around a lot last minute.
No, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more friendly.
I wonder if that is to our advantage?
Miss Von Karma, my opening statement if you please.
I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix, right? Eh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count. Do you hear me? Look, she lost the last time, therefore it clearly didn't count. She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have zero chance. Zero, zilch, nada. I am not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. We have Maya as our assistant. I mean, I guess she's not actually being accused of murder this time, so that's gonna happen. I kind of miss having Pearl there, too. We should have brought Pearl along, though. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix, right? I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. Franny, darling, sweetie. He kicked your ass already. Oh, she wants that salty run back, though. But it's not like it'll bring her dad back. You should know how this works. There. Opening statement complete. Now, let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time. Very well. May I call your first witness, Miss Von Karma? Detective Dick Gumshoe. Get up there, now! It's always Gumshoe first. Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, detective. Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. All right, detective. You may proceed with your testimony. Details of the events. Night of the crime. Snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. So I'm pretty sure Katie has fallen asleep now. But Dill, as the only Canadian left, when they say it was snowing out, so it was very cold, what do you think? They're probably saying it was like -5, maybe? Maybe as cold as -10? Which might be tank top weather for you guys up there. I don't know. Not really, obviously, but you know, to joke that. Well, all of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. So it can happen at very cool temperatures, but it can happen above them too. Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying, is why it's kind of funny to say that. I have become a lot less tough for the cold, though. Just because being in Maryland 2 decades now, we barely are cold enough to get snow consistently. Can absolutely happen at t-shirt, shorts temperatures. This is true. Well, also just saying, like, for some places, too, like, depending on what kind of weather you get used to. Because, like, so sometimes I'll be at a place where there's a lot of people from Florida there, related to horses and stuff like that, and it'll be like 15 to 20 degrees Celsius, and they will have like parkas on. but, you know, they're from Florida. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. I think I already read that, but... The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. Oh, look at Gumshoe saying vertebrae. Good for him. I see. He was beaten to death. Oh, here is the autopsy report for the victim. Well, we won't accept this into evidence. Autopsy report added to the court record. It depends on the time of year, how acclimated you've gone. Right now, 10 degrees Celsius pretty chilly, but like February, same level of comfortability would be around minus 10 Celsius. This is true. And that is pretty universal. Russell's autopsy report. Time of death, 10:15 p.m. Cause, blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Ward a day calendar. I could see, like, now, Gumshoe wouldn't buy a Ward a day calendar because he can't afford it. Because despite us not really seeing many actually better detectives, he still gets so many salary cuts that he lives in abject poverty. But I could see him, like, winning a Ward a day calendar, maybe. Or someone gifts it to him. Oh, blunt object. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. If Gumshoe was buying a calendar, it would be a Steel Samurai one. Weirdly enough, Gumshoe's not a big Steel Samurai fan. I don't think he necessarily minds it too much, but it's Edgeworth who is big into Steel Samurai. In fact, Gumshoe would have a Steel Samurai Ward a day calendar because Miles would have gotten multiples for some reason. And he'd just be like, oh, detective, you can have that extra calendar I have. It would be by coincidence. He'd think it's cool possibly because he saw Edgeworth had the same one. That works too. Maya, heretic. Yes, Your Honor. Details of the events. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. Let me ask you about the snow. Oh, it was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? Oh, it wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. The snow. Let me see. There's gotta be more to this. Hey, what's the matter, Nick? Need to take a look at the court record. Well, must I come to? What were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean? Oh, everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Moe the clown, Ben the ventriloquist. I should call him Ben the ventriloquist, but it wouldn't actually make sense. And of course the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot. Regent the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? Oh, when I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Oh, Regina was playing with Regent, while Moe went back to his room, tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate, absorbed in his own world. Well, the ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately.
Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you?
Oh, it seems they were negotiating Max's salary.
Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage.
The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m.
I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m.
Okay, not a problem, pal. We've got a witness that told us how the whole thing went. Ow!
This is totally meaningless. Time to move on.
Whips 84.
All right. We'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his hand?
Oh, the victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail.
A wooden box?
Oh, that's right. Oh, the victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed.
Carrying the box, huh?
It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor.
What do you mean?
Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked.
Locked, you say?
Wooden box added to the court record. The victim was hunched over this 20-pound box. It boasts a small but strong lock. This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. I mean, let's find out what was in the box, I guess. Do you mind telling us what was inside that box?
Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle.
A bottle? What is that, detective?
It's so weird that they put it this way.
Well, exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle.
What's inside the bottle?
Oh, it's filled with pepper.
Pepper? Why the ball was it locked in that big box?
There's only one little bottle in that huge box?
I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning?
Small seasoning bottle added to the court record. And inside the wooden box the victim was hunched over, it contains pepper. I don't think that's going to be relevant until the final day.
Oh, the cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck.
According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct?
Oh, you've done your homework, pal.
And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak.
Oh, my theory is that it is something the perpetrator ran off with.
No, I think so. Especially since you didn't find it on the scene.
No. I bet he made it disappear with magic. Ha ha ha.
Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now.
I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case.
You mean all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper?
Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness.
Hey, I'm not even off the stand yet.
Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint.
Oh, I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy.
Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness.
I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. You must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist.
I wonder if Trilla will show up on the stand as well.
Maya, it's his goddamn character gimmick. Of course Trillo's there. Please state your name and occupation for the record. My full name is Triloquist. I am employed as an operatic tenor.
Well, excuse me. The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist.
That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. Me. The role of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence, decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? It had a good rhythm.
Just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak.
Trillo, you know better than to insult a judge. Shut up. Just look at your nose. You'd think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swallowing would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-lister. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds.
Judge, bring me a wood chipper.
I wish.
What's going on here? Order! Order! I demand to know who this witness is.
Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trillo handle this.
I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting some testimony in my court. Ow!
You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now, let's proceed.
Ben. That's how you get a contempt of court charge. What you witnessed.
Now, once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge, clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away.
And seeped inside of a tiny jail cell.
Ah, if only. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. You're sure of that? Without a doubt, he had on his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high?
That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown.
Oh, that's right, dress boy.
Well, since you went with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime?
He's got a point. Oh, what a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit.
Why is that? Why was that?
Here's absolute proof.
Well, so cat?
This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant.
Ah.
Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene.
Well done, Miss Valkarma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done.
Thank you for stating the obvious, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you have to say?
Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. I just completely trounced her last time, but nobody remembers that. What you witnessed.
Oh, once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge, clown.
The clown? You talking about Mo?
Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic, I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good.
Poor guy.
We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack.
Then what happened?
Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him, went back to the plaza's entrance.
Why the plaza's entrance?
To do some thinking, of course.
It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness.
Make sure to actually put that in the objections, because I wasn't expecting that.
But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was.
Phoenix, don't think like that to yourself.
That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime.
Are you sure it was really Max Galactica?
Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup?
Snobby three-piece getup?
Get the wax out of your ears. Lawyers nowadays, you're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions.
Man, I feel like they should have given me health damage for that one. Because, ouch. It's kind of like a Destruction 100 moment, honestly.
He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer?
You saw Max and only Max, right, Trillo?
That's right. And that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night.
That makes quite a bit of sense. It makes Max one suspicious character.
It's more of the story than meets the eye.
Is there something amiss in this?
No problems. There was no proof it was Max. Ben only saw Max. Let's go no problems for now and come back to this later. Can't really say anything wrong with what Trillo just said.
Maybe you should take a step back and look things over again, Nick. Oh, then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away.
Around what time did the police arrive at the scene?
I suppose I would have been around. Hey, what time was it? I think it was around, I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think.
Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time?
I guess that sounds about right.
Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather.
Well, the truth is... Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather?
Well, maybe you were waiting for someone?
What? Who said we were waiting for someone?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can all do without your offhanded theories. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm onto something. Alright. That was objection 60, and then objection 61. Oh, I didn't even realize you put those two lines in there. Which reminds me, it's a good thing that Judge fears Francisca, because she's a contempt of court charge waiting to happen. Yeah. In fairness, she only has whipped 5 times so far, and she's done 3 objections, so she's becoming more balanced.
Mr. Wright. What do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night?
Regina? It's gotta be Regina, right? Was I supposed to do the other thing earlier, though? Or is it Max? Was he gonna be mad at Max because he hit him earlier? Oh. No, I think it's Regina, right? And if it's Look, it's only one health segment. We'll be fine. Okay. It has the health still up there, but the music cut out, which usually means you're safe. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He's waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. Oh! Also, don't worry. I know that puppet exploded. He pulls himself back together. Maybe there's a little bit of magic going on here. You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? No. I know. If only he didn't pull himself back together.
Is this true?
Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it.
Well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. It seems that at this stage, I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony. But there are clearly no conclusive contradictions.
He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now, let's move along with the testimony. Sure wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. Okay, so clearly I need to do this. Ooh. What was this one? Interesting that last one did that. Okay, it was this one, I think, though. There's no proof it was Max, no problems. Ben only saw Max, I think. That's a bit strange, don't you think? Oh, what's strange? That you only saw Max? Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well?
What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen?
The ringmaster.
That's the victim.
That's correct. I don't like how the game is leaving the health up there for a second. It's still doing the thing where it takes the sound away right away, but it makes me nervous. If Trilogy was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Aha! Oh, Francisca, you need to stop whipping. Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that, according to the defendant, a likely story? If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? Ah.
I see.
All right. There is obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. Ah. Ooh. He explodes.
That makes perfect sense.
What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. It's a dead heat now between whips and objections. Well, no, whips are a little bit ahead, but so. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading to the scene. Ow! There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. Whips 87. Oh, I guess you got me. Alright. I'll spill the beans for real this time. Oh, it's true. I was waiting for Regina. Oh, Pain. Don't volunteer things. So, random question. Alright. I'll try to respond with not a random answer, but it might end up that way. Go ahead, Dareth.
Mr. Quest, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth, so help you God. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to their lodging house?
Oh, I was. I was waiting to propose to her.
You were what? Waiting to propose?
What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage?
That. The matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case.
I'm just going to take a sip and leave this dialogue box here for a moment. Intriguingly enough, this came up in Liza P as well. You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. If you buy a season pass for a game after the DLC it encompasses is released, do you still get that DLC? You should. Functionally, all the season passes at that point is it's just a collection of the DLC. I'm trying to think if I've ever been in a case where I've done that. And I don't know, honestly. I feel like I've done that with 1 or 2 games and it's worked out, but... Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. About the proposal. Why, Darth? Do you get screwed out of something that you paid for? Because for whatever reason, the game's not doing it right? Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. That's because Steam has a turn-based RPG sale going on. And the second season pass for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous is on sale. Ah. I don't think I've ever messed with that with Steam games. But I believe the way Steam sets up stuff, it should work. Because the season pass should say what it covers, and then it will just give you that. I'm not being screwed out of anything. That's good.
You were going to propose. You were puppet.
Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love.
I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too.
Judge. I get you're caught up in the moment and you're trying to make a grand declaration. He is talking about a 16-year-old girl. Do not propose to a 16-year-old girl. But I'd rather not spend $15 if it's not going to work. I feel like it would, but also, as I said, I can't give you hard confirmation I've done something like that and it's worked out for me or not anyways. Because I don't think I've ever done that on the Steam transaction. Oh, exactly. His Honor is looking a little less than honorable right now.
Okay, Mr. Wright. Please continue with your cross-examination.
Oh. What was with that sigh at the end? The Apologist's Trilogy is $39.99 at the moment. Is it worth $40 or wait until a bigger sale? Okay. I do think if you're playing those, especially for the first time, I'd say it's easily worth $40. I think just time-wise, getting the whole trilogy of those games will pay off. And while there are elements of that trilogy I'd like less overall than this first one, I would. But, I mean, if you're not going to get to it right away, I would wait for a bigger sale. Because they just released that like YouTube video thing that was like an advertisement for everything. But I could see there being something later where they put stuff on a bigger sale. But as a blanket, is it worth $40? I would definitely say you could get $40 worth of value out of it. But I don't know how many other things you're gonna play. If you have anything else going on, like I'm playing this right now, but I'm gonna take a weird diversion. I've not even touched. I don't even know why I bought a game. It's because I haven't touched it yet. But the new Zelda is out, which I don't think it applies to you. I don't know if you have a Switch at all, but like, there's the Investigations collection, which I mean, Katie's streaming that. I like the Advanced Wars remaster. That's not really relevant to that, anyways. I'm gonna pick up the Grey Ace Attorney Chronicles, $15.99 currently. I think that's a pretty good deal. I do think I've said this before. That is a good price for the one really good game you're getting, which is the second Great Ace Attorney. But the first one is almost basically a glorified tech demo for the second game. Do not buy if consider getting a Switch that's just a handheld. It's kind of a weird time too with the Switch 2 rumors so heavy on the wind. I'm gonna play Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Both good. I want to try the new Zelda, but there's just no time for it. Yeah. You've also got a lot of extra stuff you do, Captain. I've got a little bit more free time than that, but even then, I'm like, I've just not had a chance to. At least Fire Emblem 3 Houses. 3 Houses is a lot of fun. Man, there is a perfect medium between 3 Houses and Engage. That would be like the perfect Fire Emblem to me, probably. Because like I've really had a lot of fun with 3 Houses and like the characters and mostly the story. I do kind of wish they had done like a perfect route or something though. But gameplay wise, I think Engage blows it out of the water. For the actual tactical gameplay. About the proposal. Don't be so surprised. I was going to propose to Regina. By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina. Of course, that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I wasn't going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. Right, Ben? Yeah, got it. That's the truth. I will say, Fire Emblem 3 Houses is a better, like, cost to time you can get out of it scenario. Although if you don't have enough time to sink into it either, though, I guess that's the thing, though. Because that's the weird thing, because sometimes it's like I want to get one video game and have it last me so long. But also, depending on the length of that video game, that can run into other things. Part of why Baldur's Gate 3 dominated discourse for so long wasn't just because it was a good game, but also because it was such a good game that was also very beefy and all the things you could do in it, that it, like, also pushed out other competition in that way, too. I need to check out the retro video game store that's within a decent distance to walk to before winter comes. It seems fun. That's always kind of nice to, if it's not too bad to walk to a place. I even had something to give to her. It was my little puppet. No. What was it exactly that you plan on giving her? Oh, you know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. An engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. See if they have a PS3 that I could buy and then get an HDMI cable I can plug into my PC monitor so I can actually watch my Blu-rays. Otherwise I have to mess around with getting VLC set up to do it. Yeah, that would probably be easier if they have one. Although it really pains me inside that you said a retro video game store and then you said PS3. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Franziska's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals bad. Push on anyway. Okay. I do think this would also be a good thumbnail. Pain equals bad. My friend who went to school for years looks at how you set up VLC to play Blu-rays going, I don't know what the hell any of this means. There's a problem. I mean, PS3 is nearly 20 years old. Look, Darth. I can appreciate something being a fact. I can also appreciate that sometimes the facts of life are personally painful. Okay, I want to keep pushing other things, but I'm just... Pain is bad. Pain equals bad. I think I'm gonna live to fight another day and shut up now. Nick, don't be such a coward. They always like to let you have a chance to back out to get more dialogue. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Whose pocket was the ring in? Mine, of course. What a stupid question. You gotta be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that off? I'm sorry. Really? You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing. Really? Of course. I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. So you went to the lodging house to give it to her? That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting in the way.
Uppity snob? You couldn't possibly be talking about me, Maximilian Galactica. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna saw his woodblock in half, and not with magic. Well, they always say that love creates rivalries.
But what about this present?
I mean, Final Fantasy 6 is 30 years old. That's fine. That was for my time-ish, kind of. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. So you are still thinking of trying to give it to Regina? Of course I am. I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not gonna give up that easily. I wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus. Probably way more than he deserves. PlayStation will be 30 years old in December this year. I jumped on in the PS2 and only late into the PS2 when it was 1, very cheap to get, and 2, a ridiculously good investment money-wise. I was a Nintendo boy before that, so those are the consoles you need to say their age that really hurt me. How about it, Nick? I think it's about time to unwrap this toy's testimony. That's the spirit, Nick. Give him heck. The judge has that dazed and confused look again. Maybe he should get out more. Okay, this case may suck. These are all great, like, Ace Attorney reference, like, screens. Like, this works for so much of so many moments in the series. So I think the reason why we need to get whipped is we need to have him roughly a year and a half before the N64 turns 30. That's fine. Oh, man. Alright, so I know pain is bad, but we're gonna accept it. The SNES is 34. Well, at least it's older than me. Barely. Push on anyway. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to a human being. Ow! I advise you to cut this argument short.
I'm going to have to agree with the defense here.
I'm using Japan's release years since they all came out in Japan first. Makes sense.
Will the witness please revise her testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring. I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology.
You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. I plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina. An engagement ring? Uh-huh. It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina is going to love it. It's just a ring. What's the matter, Nick? Well, there's gotta be something I can catch him on. Okay. So here's the weird thing. So specifically, we pushed for this, right? However, I don't think we needed him to say this so that the court knows it, but I think the point is he's saying he still has it in his pocket, and he does not. We have the engagement ring. But I couldn't do this earlier because he hadn't established it was an engagement ring. Trillo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh. Looks like they're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring? Oh, that's mine. Give it back. Thief. Thief. Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? Ow.
What is going on here?
That's... Ben, say something. Hey, don't put me on the spot like that, Trillo. I found this in Money's room.
Money's room? You mean a room they put money? Like a bank vault?
Huh. That filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him.
Master Quest, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court.
Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word.
I see. Well done.
Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up.
Shiny things?
Trillo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, the night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might, be able to say that. The ring might have, well, could have been taken around that time.
Ooh, no.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Now, Trillo, back to the topic at hand. Oh, I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trillo Quist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trillo? Oh, you know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey Money. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? Oh, it's all this slow-loafing fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away.
That is indeed an incredible shame.
Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? Ben doesn't exercise enough. Ben's testimony has a flaw. I don't know why they gave that one a joke thing and then made it so it was obvious what was... Well, specifically, I don't know why they gave you like a joke answer versus an actual answer and they made it a penalty. Like if it's going to be an obvious wrong and right, one's wrong thing like that, just don't make it a damaging thing and let people do the funny dialogue if they want. There's a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It's entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Judge about to take care of things says, well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh, wrong thing. I'm on whips, I need to go to objections, 65. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. 66. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max.
Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant.
What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him. No doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Also, perjury charges don't even exist in this universe. That's bullshit. I mean, they clearly do because it comes up, but so many people don't get slapped with them, so.
Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night.
Ha! I've told you so many times, you think you know my story's not changing. You've already changed your story, stick boy. I'm sure it'll change some more. Where there is one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah. Witnessing Max. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. So that means that money didn't show up until after you saw Max? That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. The money snatched the ring, and you went chasing after him?
That wasn't until you came back to where you were waiting.
Well, let's see. I'd say about, I suppose 5 minutes, I think? So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch.
Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Witnessing Max. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. So you were only concerned with waiting for Regina that night? That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I've got 4, you know. 4. F-O-U-R. Counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think something would have slipped by me?
Oh, 4 eyes and an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose.
Judge, please. It's a puppet. Don't take him at his word for that. Yikes. The judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trillo. Oh, but that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night? Of course that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance of the tent the entire time. I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina. Oh, he showed up after I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes. About what time would you say these events took place? You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. And you already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time was it?
Indeed. What time was it?
Time was it? Let me think about it for a sec. Yow! I'm not good at math. It was 10 p.m.
Yes, that sounds about right.
Phoenix, maybe I should have let the monkey keep my badge.
This is a rough trial.
Oh, it sounds about right because that's the time that I saw Max on the scene. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence.
So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night.
You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add?
Let me guess.
That's not it, Trudeau. You say good evening at night. I'm sorry, Trillo.
Mr. Quest, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom.
Impossible. A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better.
There'll be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Nothing especially. Trillo's evening greeting. Ben's half of the comedy act. I mean, it must be Trillo's evening greeting, I guess. Isn't that a bit strange to you?
What do you mean?
Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange.
Why would it strike you as strange?
Exactly.
How is it strange to be cordial to one of your coworkers?
Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a coworker, I would understand.
Ow, that hurt. Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time.
Maybe you should think of not whipping people.
Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school.
There's no reason that Trillo would ever say something nice to Max. How do I go about proving that with the evidence?
Bluffing is everything in this world. But I'm sure you already learned that one.
I guess I can give it a shot.
The witness will resume his testimony.
I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene.
You are 100% absolutely sure of what you just said?
I told you already. Jeez, I am 100% absolutely sure.
There's no way that he could be any more confident than that, right?
There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols.
Those 3 ridiculous symbols, huh?
Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone together now?
Cloak.
Cloak.
White roses.
Thank you very much. Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere.
I agree. But do we have the proof to make something stick?
All we can do is try, right, Nick? We've got to have something that will prove useful.
Alright, time to go to work. So, I'm gonna guess that what the game wants is for me to do the bottle? Because they were feuding at the time? I don't know. Okay. That's a weird one. Like, that feels like that should be like a press thing to do it, but I guess they wanted to make it so you were still paying attention. I don't know. Trillo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight?
A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument. A disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head. Oh. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he?
What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch!
Judge, shut up. We all know no one cares about assault and battery. It's all about the murder here. Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There is absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There is no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival. Lewd? I think you mean crude or rude. It's very weird, okay. Oh. Are you saying this witness is lying? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? Objection 68. I didn't tell a single lie. Honestly, I just...
That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night?
He didn't see anyone. He saw the defendant. He saw a different person. So I think the trick to this is he keeps mentioning the different symbols. And all that stuff is like not what Max is as a person. So I'm thinking it's because he saw a different person. That was an unfortunate time to do that with the judge like mostly through his blink, so he had his eyes almost all the way closed. It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person that witness saw was Max at all. What? If you truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there is only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trillo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or, good evening, as he put it. What in the world, you...
Would the defense kindly explain who it was Trillo saw that evening then?
It's gotta be the victim. We've said it's not Max. It can't be Ben. If it was Regina... I mean, one, I don't think Regina could keep that as a secret. But two, the whole ring would have come up. And he mentioned dropping off Mo earlier. So yeah, which makes sense. Of the people going, it's a puppet, why are they treating it with any seriousness? Hey, we've already cross-examined a parrot. We're just running through the P word in the dictionary, okay? A puppet had to get cross-examined. Considering the ill temper of this witness, there was only one person he would greet.
Oh, it must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute.
Judge, I was giving you a pass earlier because I thought you were caught up in the moment. But now I'm a little concerned about that proposal line earlier. I mean, I guess she's kind of cute, but... No, Your Honor. It is not Regina. If it was Regina, Trilla would have given her the engagement ring as a present.
Well, yeah. I suppose you've got a point there.
It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trillo. Isn't that correct? Gulp. Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Oh,
Mortar, how do you respond to this?
Wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica.
I think it is high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica? Or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry?
Well, the prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols. 3 symbols? All right, this is getting... Oh, come on, man. You gotta remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone, all together now? Ow. Yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and the white roses. Damn, Francisca just whipped him to pieces. But then he recombined, so... A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. Phoenix, why are you putting yourself down? Also, I want to take a moment. I skipped over this on the whip counter, I think because... I think that was when we were like, she did like 12 at the end, so it was like, went 68 to 80, so I didn't have much time on it. But our objection counter. Nice. Do it again, Francisca. So she gets a pass if she whips the puppet to pieces. I think that's fair. What was that? Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else, dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What?
Well, Miss Von Karma, do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant?
Well,
If that's the case, it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point.
Yes. I think we finally won a point in this one. The puppet needs to be wood chips or kindling. Oh, that is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, right? What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but...
What?
Who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Huh? Your Honor, the prosecution will provide beyond a shadow of a doubt. I'm honestly kind of surprised we didn't get over 100 whips in this first part of the trial. An answer to that question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. That there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime.
Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess.
To be continued. All right. So, how long was that? That was about 22. So that was almost an hour and a half. Obviously, I don't really have time to start the second part of the trial on this day. Like, I could get it started, but I'd only do like 10, 15 minutes. I don't think there's much point to that. I think what this means, though, is next time I'll be able to knock out the other part of the trial. So if Max on a battleship, would it be a Battlestar Galactica? I mean, it would have to be, right? What else would he be doing? Like, that's just naming synergy right there. And then we'll probably be on to the second part of the investigation, which, well, so far, the investigations have actually been longer than the trials or, like, really on pace. But we'll see how that goes. I don't remember if there's a ton to learn the second day. I mean, we'll meet Acro and everything else, but aside from that. But with this, I fortunately get to procrastinate having to do Mo on the witness stand. Unfortunately, that means next time we're going to have to start with that. And it's going to be a pain because he, at least I'm pretty sure Mo is one of the characters that does an annoying thing that this game introduces where they don't even let you press every statement. They penalize you for that. Annoying thing. They very inconsistently use it. But thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I think that went out pretty well. I'm going to call it here, though. Tiny bit. And good night.